Success is having the opportunity to give your time and energy to the things of life which matter to you most. Our hope for your upcoming year is that it will be a successful one.
So are you ready to have an amazing 2019? Well, pay attention. In this episode, we share the 3 activities we use to plan our successful year so that you can use them too.
Yeah, keep listening. Welcome to Founders Connect podcast. We help lifestyle entrepreneurs to grow their business online and create a happier marriage.
Did you know that approximately 45% of marriages end up in divorce and 65% of all startups fail due to founder conflicts? Well, we're here to change that.
Each week we bring you an inspiring guest and practical tips to help you with business, relationships, and sustainable living. Now let the fun begin! Hi, I'm Cindy Pham.
And I'm Anthony Chansamuth.
And we're from Founders Connect. This week's fan shout out comes from Zambezi Nayami. Zambezi says, great, simple, practical advice for everyday living that all couples and businesses should be aware of from real life examples. It's great. Look forward to future episodes. Thank you, Zambezi, for that.
You're awesome.
Exactly.
Now, if you who is listening right now want to leave a podcast review, all you need to do is go to foundersconnect.co/review, and there will be instructions there for you to leave a review and a rating on iTunes or Stitcher, whichever app you're using to listen to the show.
Oops, we forgot what rating she gave us. She gave us a 5-star rating.
So we're going to be doing these fan shout-outs in upcoming episodes. So if you leave a review, there's a good chance that we'll give you a shout-out as well. Now let's talk about today's episode, which is how to plan your successful year.
Hey, I want to say that. So today's episode is how to plan your successful 2019 year.
So we just spent a few days down in Wollongong, which is in the south of Sydney, for those who don't know the area. We have a couple of our good friends, Tam and Sarah, and we did a few processes together, activities that are all around this theme. We actually did this for the first time at a retreat a couple of years ago that we ran with a group of people. And so it's just been a really great way for us to really look at how far we've come in the past year and then look forward and set some intentions and plans around what we want to be creating.
Yes, for next year and the future.
So, Cindy, why don't you tell us what are the 3 different elements that we sort of went through and that can be very helpful to planning a great year?
Number 1 is a review. So basically, we just review of what we felt and what has happened in the last year. There's a few questions that we focus on, and I think we'll only give you 2 just to ponder on. So the thing that I thought was pretty deep or make it more meaningful for a review is what were the 2 or 3 major themes that kept recurring?
So what were those for you?
So what I put down or what I discussed was my themes that I actually set for 2018, which was focus. But during the whole year, relationship and also money has appeared or occurred to show up as well, I guess.
Cool. All right. So for me, the themes that came up were love, specifically what does it mean to love, how to be a better husband. And another theme that came up was a theme around family, which was really how to love, support, respect my family, and also maintain my boundaries within that. And there were some really great experiences throughout the year, like reconnecting with my father in Laos, which Cindy really supported and encouraged, which I'm really grateful for. And also just reconnecting with my cousin, Anita. Shout out if you listen to this, Neat, who we just had a long overdue conversation, like we're talking about 10 years. And we were able to connect with her and also my nephew because Cindy and I had been traveling for 18 months and we've been away from our families.
And we missed them a lot.
And we absolutely. And over the Christmas break, we also spent some time with Cindy's family and her siblings down south. And we did a mini retreat. And that was great. And we actually went through this process or part of this process with them. And it was a great way for us to learn more about each other. So they were a couple of my themes. Okay, so that's the review. Okay, now number 2, Cindy.
Number 2 is a theme for 2019. So guess what my theme is?
Money.
No, my theme is abundance. So abundance in energy, money, nature, anything that you can see.
All right, so you shared that your theme for 2018 was focus and then 2019 is abundance. How do you use that theme and how do you come up with that theme?
I reflect on last year in regards to what I needed or what I think I need to make the next year more happy, meaningful, and more productive as well. Or, like I like to achieve something as a result kind of thing.
That's a really, really great way to set, I think it's not even about setting goals, but I think it's a really great way to connect with what is it you really want to focus on in that year. For me, I first learned about this idea of setting a theme from Danielle Laporte because like her, I spent many years, because I come from the corporate world like Cindy, I'm sure many of you listening, where, it's all about setting goals and you're doing the SMART goal thing. And a lot of the times that can really, sometimes it's a case of we set these goals as actually a self-sabotage mechanism. So we know we set these really big goals that we don't achieve and then we beat ourselves up because we didn't set the right goal or we set the goal too big. And it's like New Year's resolutions, why they don't work because it's kind of like, let's set a resolution. And then after 5 days, you don't go to the gym anymore or you don't eat the right foods. And so instead, what you can do is set a theme and be like, I want to focus on health. That's my theme for the year. And so that way it's less about doing 100 push-ups a week. And it's more about what's 1 or 2 things that I can do that contribute to my health. And that's mental health, physical health, emotional health.
Whatever health you want to focus on.
Yes.
You are listening to the Founders Connect podcast, helping lifestyle entrepreneurs to grow their business online and create a happier marriage. Now back to the show.
Okay, so did you want to add something to that around themes?
Well, that's how I do it. And see, you, how did you do it in that regards? How was your process to get to your theme?
Okay,
and what is your theme?
All right, so this is where the relationship between the review comes in. Because when you do the review, when I do the review, I can see one of the questions in the review is actually around what disappointments or regrets did you experience in that past year. Okay, and so we're going to share a link to the 15 questions that we ask in the review, and you can go download those in the show notes. But when you identify where maybe you felt disappointment or you felt there was a gap or there was certain themes that come up for you in the previous year, that helps you define what you want to do or what theme you want to focus on in the next year. Okay, so for me, my 2019 theme is Ignite. 2018 theme was Expand. And I did do that. I expanded my heart because a lot of it was focused on a relationship and love and family. Now I feel, and also I did expand my profile, my presence online, so more people sort of knew who I was, and I did a ton of work on LinkedIn, as Cindy would know. And then 2019 will be more around this idea of ignition or ignite, because we've got some really big goals we want to go after, and I want to ignite the passion within myself for creating great things and creating community. And we're moving to a new location physically, a new city. So just by doing that is a step towards ignition, right? Or igniting the fire.
So that's a great way to put igniting, eh?
Yeah.
So what is your theme for 2019? Share with us.
Absolutely. All right. So the last one, number 3, what's that, Cindy?
Big rocks, small rocks, and sand, which equals the beach.
Absolutely. We love the beach. If you don't know that already, you haven't seen our Instagram photos. And this idea came from Stephen Covey, who was a leadership trainer and guru in the 80s. And the concept really is all about prioritizing the things that are important to you in life. Okay, so the big rocks are the things that are most important to you. So Cindy, what's something that's really important to you?
Family.
Okay, so family. So then if you identify family as one thing, another thing might be your holidays or time out to rest, to recover, to chill out and not do anything and get more creative.
And that could be me day.
Exactly. Could be your actual vacation time. It could be you want to go on holidays because you love to travel and you want to have some adventure in your life. Or it could be contribution. So that could be a big rock for you where you want to go and volunteer and do things like that. So once you identify your big rocks, you list those out first. And realistically, we'd probably have like 3 to 5 max big rocks in your life. Like you're not going to have 20 big rocks because that's just ridiculous. So you list those out. And then the next thing is small rocks. Can you think of some examples of small rocks, Cindy?
Small rocks is basically your goals, I think, in that year or the next few years max.
Absolutely. So those are things like maybe they could be on a monthly basis calling up your mum, or whatever it may be.
Or business goals.
That too. Okay. So you're going to set out your goals because you're going to sort of think about what are the things I want to accomplish this year. And maybe the first process that I would recommend you do is actually sit down and just write out what are all your goals in your different areas of life that you want. And then from there, identify which of those are the big ones, which of those are the sort of smaller ones. And then we've got this other thing called sand. And sand is basically everything that everyone else wants you to do. Typically, how we schedule our time is we allow the sand to take up more of our time than the big rocks. And that is a big problem. And the good thing about establishing what your big rocks are, your priorities are first, and putting those in your calendar. So Cindy and I actually went through the process of
doing that,
like a big A3 sheet of calendar.
Yes.
And then just blocking out specific dates for when we're going on holidays. Like we're planning to go to Japan next year or 2019 with our family. When that's going to happen, when our me days are going to happen, when our date days are going to happen. So these sort of things are prioritized.
Mm-hmm. And important dates like my birthday.
And all the family birthdays.
And my whole family's birthday and our anniversary, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you're someone that says, especially because, we work with a lot of couples and entrepreneurs, if you're someone who says that you do value your relationship with your loved ones, if you're single and you want to meet someone cool, you need to actually create the space in your diary and your journal, obviously your calendar, to actually meet people, go out and meet people and date and have your date days and date nights and things like that.
Exactly. Only that will work, isn't it?
Yeah. Otherwise, it's going to be the situation where we had, and we talked about this previously in season 1, where Cindy and I started dating, we only saw each other once a week. I don't know that Cindy loved that.
No, not at all. And I did raise the issue.
And did I change it?
Oh, yes. Otherwise, bye-bye.
Exactly. Okay, so that's the process. Identify what your big rocks are, small rocks are, and then sand. We'll share another link about this. There's actually a good video on YouTube that demonstrates this concept. I encourage you have a look at that and then apply that to your planning.
Yes, and we'll put that link in the
show notes.
Exactly.
All right, so quick recap, Cindy. What are the 3 different ways to plan your successful year?
So 1 is review. 2, set a theme for the year. 3, identify your big rocks, small rocks, and the sand.
And then put those into a calendar.
Exactly.
You are listening to the Founders Connect podcast, helping lifestyle entrepreneurs to grow their business online and create a happier marriage. Now back to the show.
And we're going to do a quick announcement. And this is a new segment in our season 2, which is called
Community Corner.
All right. So what is Community Corner all about?
We basically wanted to do either a Q&A or an announcement for our community.
Yes. So we have had members of our community submit questions to us. And you can, if you have any questions about, again, business or relationship, send them our way through our Facebook, our Instagram, or on our website, an email, and then we will answer those up in upcoming Community Corners Q&A session. Otherwise, we also will do community announcements. Like today's announcement is actually what we promised in season 1, which is to announce the winner
of
season 1 giveaway, which is our Founders Connect podcast launch giveaway, which was the Epic Entrepreneur Growth Tools.
Yes.
Okay, so Cindy, will you do the honors and share with us who are the 3 winners?
So, drum roll. First prize goes to Ryan, and he wins the gold package valued at $3,782. And
prize number 2
goes to Dora Nicolau. She wins the silver package valued at $1,275.
And third prize winner is ST012. Is that right? Yes, that's right.
Oh, okay. And that's a bronze package value at $920. So congratulations, winners.
And we have already contacted each winner to let them know how to claim their prizes and to enjoy those. And we also want to thank our amazing partners who are part of this promotion. So just a quick rundown who they were: Repurpose.io, Gleam.io, Book Like a Boss, Missing Letter, Authors Unite, Plan to Brand, and Clean Keith Design. Thank you so much for being involved in all of this. And we also wanted to thank everyone who entered the draw and participated.
Exactly.
All right, so coming up, we will be looking at doing other giveaways. So make sure you're following us on Instagram and in Facebook and join our free community there. That way you can receive the announcements of when to participate in future giveaways. All right, so that wraps up Community Corner. Thank you for listening, and we'll be back in our next episode. But before that, we're just going to final message. We have put together a corporate escape plan checklist to help anyone listening who wants some help to go from corporate or a day job to launching their own business. Okay. And so something that comes up with that is some fears.
Lots of them.
And some challenges that come up time and time and again whenever we're working with people, and we actually go through it ourselves as well. So we know the journey.
Definitely. But it's all worth it, because you know what? Freedom is bliss.
All right. So to help you with that, we put together a corporate escape plan guide. It's a free guide, which is on our website. All you need to do is head over there to foundersconnect.co/escape. And that's where you can actually read that guide and get the checklist. Okay. So make sure you go to foundersconnect.co/escape to grab that awesome guide. Join us in our next episode where we talk with Jill and Josh Stanton from Screw to 9 to 5 about how to create a business that is aligned with your values. And Josh and Jill share with us the reasons why they closed down their membership site, which had been running for 3.5 years.
Thanks for tuning in. And remember to live passionately,
purposefully,
and confidently. Till next time. Ciao.